pretty low key. Pretty low key. The core part is harder. Yeah, she's here. All right, we're gonna get rolling here. No pun intended. Let me make sure I hit record. I did. Okay. All right, mobility and core today. We are gonna start with a little bit of mobility. Okay, so we're gonna get up in this half kneeling position. So here, and we're gonna open up our hips a little bit. So all I want you to do is bring your hands to the inside of your body. Extend this back leg as far as you can and keep your laces pointed to the ground. And then from here, you're just gonna shift gently side to side. If you squeeze the glute on the side that is extended, you're gonna feel a stretch at the front of your hip as well on that side. And we're just gonna mobilize the hip a little bit, nice and gentle. We'll go another 5 seconds and then we're gonna switch sides. All right, let's go ahead and switch. So we'll get up, half kneel, hands come to the inside, extend our back leg out. Lace is still pointed towards the ground, and here we're gonna move gently side to side. If we squeeze the glute on the side that's extended, you're gonna feel a little bit more of a stretch at the front of that hip. But everyone's a little bit different, so here I just really want you guys to get moving a little bit. Get a little blood flow into the hips. We'll hang out here for another 10 seconds. Good. Okay. Now I want you to get in this tabletop position. It's also called a quadruped position. Your wrist is right underneath your shoulder. Your knee is right underneath your hip. So you're here in this position, okay? From here, I want you to take your right arm and reach underneath, but I want you to keep your hips square. So if you don't keep your hips square, you're gonna go like this, and you're not gonna get as good of a stretch. So hips stay square to the ground, and you're gonna reach and see how far you can reach that arm through, but also keeping your hips square, and you're gonna feel a stretch on the outside of your shoulder. Good, yep. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing, wrist right underneath your shoulder. Hips stay square and reach. Stretch on the outside of the shoulder. Good, and we'll return to your tabletop position. And now we're gonna stretch our thoracic spine, so in the upper back. So I'm gonna have you put your right hand behind your head, and you're gonna bring your right elbow into your left elbow, and then open up. And again, keeping your hips square, and see how high you can open up. You're gonna feel a little stretch in your mid back. We're all a little tight there. Good, yep. Another 10 seconds. 2, 1, and switch sides. Back in our tabletop. Left hand behind our head, elbow to elbow, reach and extend. Good job, we'll do another 10 seconds. Good, and relax. We're gonna grab that foam roller. Okay, we worked on mobilizing the upper back. Now we're gonna work on mobilizing a little bit with the foam roller. So we're gonna foam roll from mid-back up to right where your shoulder blades end. That's where you're gonna be sticking on with this roller. You're gonna lean back on it, hips up slightly, and then make slow, gentle passes, going no higher than the end of your shoulder blades and no lower than your middle back. So don't get down here on the deep side of your lumbar spine. You're gonna keep it up here, right in between your shoulder blades. And if you hug yourself, You're gonna kind of open up those back muscles a little bit more. And that's where I can really dig in and get into those shoulder blade areas when I do this. Everyone's a little different, so I want you to kind of hunt around and find tight spots. And we're gonna spend another 30 seconds rolling that upper back. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath while you're doing this. And try to relax. Good, okay, I'm gonna have you flip over. We're gonna address our quads now. Quads are gonna be tight most of the time for all of us. So we're really just flipping over. Hands in front. And you're gonna roll both quads at the same time. You're not going any lower than the top of your knee, obviously. And you're gonna go all the way up into where your quad inserts at your hip flexor. And we're just gonna move. And if you wanna go over to one side and kind of dig in on one side a little bit more, or you can do both at the same time, kind of just depends on where you're at. If you find a tight spot, you can always move side to side on it. You can kick on it a little bit. And what that's going to do is hopefully get that fascia to just release a little bit. Sometimes it gets too tight, and we need to mobilize it with foam rolling. I mean, drinking a lot of water helps. Many different things help, but we really just want to break it up a little bit. And we'll spend another 10 seconds here. And then we're going to pick the pace up a little bit. Good. Relax there. We're going to do a core circuit. We'll get back to the foam roller later. Don't worry, everyone. It'll be back. It'll be back. Okay, we're going to walk through those the core activities. We're going to do them in chunks of 30 seconds of time with the 15-second transition in between each activity. Okay. The first one, we're going to do a quadruped elbow to knee with an extension. So you're going to get back in this position like we were, this tabletop position. Hand behind the head. And what I want you to do is knee to elbow, or I'm sorry, elbow to elbow. And then when you extend, you're going to open up this opposite leg and engage that glute and be nice and stable as you're going. You're going to go for 30 seconds at a time. Really make sure you're getting that glute to engage as you're extending your leg. And it's a key to be balanced as you do this. And that off shoulder, the shoulder that's holding you up off the ground, is going to be the one that needs to be engaged to give you the stability that you need to complete this activity. Looks good. You got another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and shake it out a little bit, and we'll switch sides. Same thing here. Left hand behind the head. Up and extend. Give it a slight pause on top. It doesn't have to be like a 2-second count, but you definitely want to be feeling like you can feel your glute holding you up in place, and the shoulder that has the hand on the ground is also holding your body stable. It should be under control. Good. Another 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, good job. Next activity is going to be a side plank. Okay. There's a couple different variations of this. The one that's going to be easiest is if you have knees bent, elbows right underneath your shoulder, and then you raise up off the ground. Okay. The one that's going to be a little bit harder is legs extended here, holding here. Those are going to be your two options. You're going to find the one that works best for you. We're going to go for 30 seconds, so it should be a challenge, but it should be something that you can manage for 30 seconds at the same time. The key to this activity is keeping your bottom glute squeezed. Everyone thinks this is a stomach activity, which it is, but if your bottom glute is switched on, so my left glute is squeezed right now, it's going to keep me a lot more stable than if it isn't. So that's kind of my challenge to you guys. Okay, 30 seconds at a time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bottom glute on. Elbow should be right underneath your shoulder. Breathe. Exhale. Keep your shoulders squared up. Great job. You got another 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We're going to switch sides. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. Knees bent or extended. Bent is a little bit easier. And here we go. Hips off the ground. Bottom glute is squeezed and on. And breathe. Great job. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Next activity is going to be a variation of a hollow hold, or sometimes it's called a boat pose in different places as well. So all that means is we're going to be on our tailbone. Okay, this is the easiest version, would be here. Okay, feet are on the ground. I'm still at an angle, so my abs are holding me up. If this feels too easy, I'm going to raise my feet up off the ground and hold here. If that feels too easy, you're going to start from a laying position, come up here, lower back is driving into the ground, and holding there. Okay, you're going to find the one that works best for you. Anytime your legs are all the way extended, it's going to be most difficult. So if that feels too difficult, you bend your knees, it'll feel a little bit easier. Okay, you want to find something that's a challenge for 30 seconds, but something you can do for 30 seconds. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're on. 3, 2, 1, and hold. Good. Remember, breathe. Don't hold your breath. It's hard to do. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Great job. Okay, last activity in our circuit is going to be, so it's sometimes called a dynamic plank, sometimes it's called a walking plank. You're going to go from a low plank, walk yourself up to a high plank, and then walk yourself right back down. So you're going to repeat that motion. The wider your stance is, the easier it's going to feel. Okay. The other option is to do it from your knees if it's too hard for you. We'll go here, here. Still meaningful, still a good exercise to do. You worry most about stability, less about speed. Don't worry about how many you get done in the 30 seconds. Worry about how stable you are, how still you can be. Okay, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice, slow, and controlled. Think about minimizing how much you're moving at the hip and maximizing how stable you are every time you get to the top position. You're gonna waver, but try not to waver too much. You're halfway. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest there. Okay, great job. We're going to take about 30 seconds to regroup, and we're going to start that circuit over again. So it'll be a good time to grab a drink, whatever it is you need to do. And we'll start over with the quadruped elbow to knee with extension. How you guys doing? Good? All right. As soon as Mike gets back, we'll get rolling. Okay, here we go. Tabletop position, right hand behind the head, knee, and extend. 30 seconds per side. Really feel that glute engage. Halfway. Three, two, one, and relax. Shake it out a little bit if you need to. We'll switch sides. Last round of the quadruped knee to extension. Here we go. Down and extend. Glute activated. One. Great job. You're halfway. Three, two, one, and relax. Great job. We're back to our side plank. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. Knees bent easier, knees extended harder. Find what works for you. Bottom glute should be squeezed and activated. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and you're up. 30 seconds. Hold, breathe. Remember, don't hold your breath. Halfway. Great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Swinging over, switching sides. Remember, elbow right underneath your shoulder. Bottom glute on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're up. Hip off the ground. Bottom glute squeezed. Breathe. Good job. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Now we're on to our variation of the hollow hold. So remember, tilted back, feet on the ground easier, feet off the ground harder. Find something that's a challenge for 30 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're on. Breathe. Almost halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Last round of the walking plank. This will wrap the circuit up, and then we have a few different things to finish up with. Okay, you guys are doing great. 30 seconds here. Remember, on your knees will be easier. Up top is harder. The wider your stance is, the easier it's going to feel. So find what works for you. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Don't worry about how fast you're going. Worry about how stable you feel every time you get to the top. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Take a little bit of a break. And we're going to grab that dumbbell that I set by your mat. And I'm going to show you the activity that we're going to do, and we'll do it all together in about 30 seconds. But you have two options. Okay, the hard option is going to be a bear plank where your knee is right underneath your hip, and you're in this position just hovering those knees, and you're going to pull this from the right side with your left arm, stabilize, pull, and repeat that. It's called a drag, okay? Kettlebell or a dumbbell drag. The easier version is to go here in a high plank. That'll just give you a little bit more stability. Okay, nothing wrong with that. The next easiest version is from your knees here and focusing on being stable at the shoulder as you're moving through it. You're gonna go for 30 seconds at a time. We're only gonna do 2 rounds of this, okay? So it should be a tough 30 seconds, a little bit of a rest, and then go again, okay? Got it? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and you're up. Knee should barely be off the ground. Think an inch, maybe. 2. Great job. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we'll take 15 seconds, regroup, and we're gonna do one more set, and then we're gonna foam roll to end up, okay? Ready? Here we go. Back on in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. Okay, let's grab that foam roller, and we're gonna roll our IT bands, okay? Which is this long, hard thing right here between the top of your hip down to the bottom of your, or the top of your knee. Whenever you sit on the roller, and then you just rotate over onto the side. Different kinds of places you put your legs is gonna make this more or less intense. So if it's both legs up like this, it's gonna be super intense, okay? If it's one bent and one over the side, it's gonna be a little bit less so. So you're gonna find an intensity on that that feels kind of, not painful, but it feels like you're moving around a little bit on it, okay? Rule of thumb, if it's too much to breathe, it's too much pressure. So you're gonna kind of use that as your guide and move side to side, yep. We're gonna spend another 20 seconds on this side. How's that feel? Yeah? Runners especially, it's gonna be pretty tight. I'm trying not to cry, tear up here, but it's hard. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Roll over to that side. Oh boy. And we're gonna spend another 30 seconds here. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, great job. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Yeah, great job. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Just enough. Yeah.